Let's step aside and bring in National Trial Attorney Michael Jaafar, who's watching along. Michael, I was going to ask you if you thought the prosecution is piling on because they brought in so many witnesses who knew Fabio who talk about the same thing, that she didn't cry really or seem like she had grief, that she wanted the insurance money right away. But now I'm wondering, just what do you think about Robert Baker being at her house right after her husband dies and she's acting like this is all normal?
It doesn't shock me because, again, she has no subtlety as a defendant. She's a caricature of a defendant. The life insurance proceeds, having the affair, inviting him to the wake to introduce him to her family. She has absolutely no subtlety. She's like a baby who's hungry. They embarrass themselves to get food. They don't care what they look like because they're a baby. All they know is their baser instincts say, I need food. That's kind of what Monica Cimentelli was with the life insurance proceeds and with Baker. She was looking, she just wanted it, and she had no concept of what it looked like, right? And the state is doing what they need to do because at the end of the day, they're looking forward, they're looking ahead to what they're going to face on the defense case, which is Robert Baker. It's a big deal that when the person who actually committed the actus reus, the actual murder, is going to say, I did it alone, that's a big deal because the state has to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. So they want the jury to be privy to all these nuggets that they gleaned from Monica Cimentelli and her behavior. And you know what? Julia is going to be the most entertaining and vital part of this case. It's not the direct examination of Baker. It's going to be the cross-examination of Baker. It's going to be vicious. It's going to be entertaining. I think it's going to take an entire day because cross-examining Robert Baker is basically like cross-examining a defendant on murder. When the defendant comes up and says, I didn't do it, Baker's got to come up and say, she didn't do it. So he's basically testifying for her. So he's going to be cross-examined. Basically, for her, it's going to be vicious. And I've got my popcorn ready for that day, Julia. Sorry.